Alright, miss?
Yes, I answered you.
Okay.
Don't trouble it, don't you? Here. Here, come for this. Come here. No! No! Come here. All right, how many people are back? Okay, everybody's back. Give me a second, please. In a minute. I'm sorry, students. I actually was here and talking to myself. I didn't realize I was still on mute. All right, so somebody had said ordeal. Who was it?
Michael.
Right, Michael, you said ordeal. Ordeal could work there, but you'll realize that there'd be a space for it somewhere else. So that's not the word that you'd want to put there. Which other one could you put instead of ordeal? Something that means something very similar.
Miss Notion.
Not notion. Something that means something similar to ordeal. Hardship. What does ordeal mean? Students, you have to talk up, please. Say something, say anything, but talk.
Miss Unpleasant.
Ordeal means unpleasant?
A very unpleasant and prolonged experience. That's what
All
I'm
right,
saying.
fine. And that's why I said that the word that should go there is something similar to ordeal, and that would be hardship. It was at breakfast the next morning that they Shelley? Chevelle?
Yeah.
Realization, miss?
Yes, thank you, Anne-Marie. It was at breakfast the next morning that the realization dawned on me that I was
If I was conscious, miss.
no, you can't have conscious there because your conscious will be describing mistaken, and that doesn't make sense. So you would have it, the realization dawned on me that I was conscious mistaken. That's what you'd have. The realization dawned on me. Guys, it's not the first time that you're seeing this. It's not the first time that you're seeing it. It has been in your box for about 2 weeks now. So people should be speaking up. Unlike who was it? Trudy said, who said she didn't see it.
It's me saying.
You're right. You're not seeing it for the first time. The rest of you. Yes, Anne-Marie, you're saying something?
No, we say ravenous.
We'll be ravenous. Ravenous means to be very hungry.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't work there so either. Because you'd have ravenous mistaken, and that also doesn't make sense. It was at breakfast the next morning that the realization dawned on me that I was utterly mistaken. I was utterly mistaken in this notion, in this idea. I had orange juice. Everyone else had what?
Cereal.
Cereal. Everyone else had cereal followed by bacon and eggs. I had never known this fairly. I'm listening. It's fairly what?
Sumptuousness?
No, you wanna describe cereal and bacon and eggs as a sumptuous meal.
Means appetizing.
Appetizing could work, but that's not the one that you'll put there.
Okay.
Because if you put it there, then you'll realize that the space that will hold it. Everyone else had cereal followed by bacon and eggs. I had never known this fairly.
Delicious.
What word would you cereal and bacon and eggs is a very common cereal, very common. It's very common.
Commonplace.
Commonplace. Everyone else had cereal followed by bacon and eggs. I've never known, or I had never known this fairly commonplace dish to smell so. This is where you said the word now, Trudy.
Delicious.
Appetizing. Appetizing.
Smells so appetizing. Oh shoot.
All right. Where am I? By lunchtime, I was.
Here's where ravenous goes.
By lunchtime, I was very ravenous or ravenous. I could have killed a man for food, except that all my energy seemed to have departed from me. I became extremely food.
Food torture.
I became extremely food conscious. Thank you, Shelley. People eating had a strange. People eating had a strange.
A strange.
People eating had a strange fascination for me.
Yeah.
How they savored every morsel, how they savored every morsel, rolled every drop of delicious liquid round their mouths without swallowing it. Passing a restaurant was this should be sheer. I think this is not the one.
Or tantalize.
No, this is not the adjusted one. Remember, I had adjusted this and sent it to you a second time. Apparently, this is not it. What should be there? Let me add it up the top. Is this word? And that would have been in the second one I sent you. All right. So it should have been sheer torture. The smells of high cuisine would come. The smells of high cuisine would come, wafting out as though to. This is where you say the word now, that T word, Shelley.
Tantalize.
To tantalize me. Menus pinned up in the windows seemed to catch my eye as if they were in
magazine.
As if they were in what would catch anybody's eye? What word they would fit? A context that, you know, something would automatically catch somebody's eye.
Neon.
Neon, yes, thank you, Anne-Marie. Neon is what you call shocking color. All right, so menus pinned up in the windows seem to catch my eye as if they were in neon signs, in newspapers and magazines, at the cinema and on television. People seem to be enjoying the most sumptuous banquets, while I had to content myself with crossing out the days on my calendar. It is not hard to guess what I did when my ordeal was over. All right? Okay. That's it for that activity. Let's go to the second one. You were to replace the word in italics with the correct one. Now, these words are often incorrectly used. So let's see how well, and guys, please, I'm just gonna call in. Once I call your name, just give me the answer. The members of the council voted against the proposal. Council is in italics, something is wrong with it. Shelley, what's wrong with it? No answer. What's wrong with it?
It should be vote.
It should be what? Remember, Shelley, you're focusing on the word itself that is in italics. Voted is not in italics. It means something wrong with council. Please tell what's wrong with council. True, which one is it?
Miss Mr. COUNSIL.
Come again, that's wrong. Come again. Say SIL, that's wrong. Give me correct thing.
SEL, miss.
Chevelle, you did it. Come, let's hear what you have.
Yes, miss. She does correct.
CIL.
CIL. What's the difference between both words? Why is it that you use CIL and SEL? No, CIL. COUNCIL. Yes. What's how do you distinguish the two words? Why are they different? Anne-Marie.
It's not a counselor or someone who's counseling giving advice. It's a committee or something.
Okay, so this one, so in SEL, that would be someone who's giving advice.
No.
That would be giving advice because it's a verb. In that sense, if it were SEL, it would be a verb. So in this context, this SEL would be the concept that you give advice for. That's what you're saying? Yeah. CIL would be a committee, like I said earlier. So for instance, that would be a council.
Right.
So, right. That would be the group of people who are actually on the committee. So CIL actually and not SEL. All right. Should I take two in circumstance board places? All right.
What happened, miss?
I think that's number two. I said true.
But miss, and number what's wrong? Because there's no.
No, I'm going to look at board. I'll look at this. Okay. Okay. It's not work. It's not going to file. Okay. Anybody shall has what is the rest of
Mysterious?
Mysterious, that's the word I'm looking for. In mysterious circumstances, what's related to it. And I'm still in economical trouble. We're taking this one. That is what is there. Which one? Economic, right?
Yeah, economic, yeah.
You know the difference between economical? Anybody?
Economical is it's like it's more affordable. More economical. It's more more easy, more affordable, I would say.
Right. Can you use it in a context for me? Use another example.
But it's more economical to use X brand than the other, one brand than the other.
All right. Okay.
It's because one is more affordable.
And economic has to do with money, right?
Yes.
So economic would be the one here, the right one here. They say the country is in economic trouble. My parents wanted to adopt another child. What's wrong with adopt?
I mean, it's not the right word.
What should be there?
It wants to adopt.
It's ADOPT.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me put the responses here. This one's this. Mysterious, this one.
Yeah, this time Auntie Shelley, she need one door.
And you said this one. What about this one? Number 5.
Fine. Fine.
Number 5.
Fine.
What you have, Chevelle?
Miss, one moment, please. The knives in the background, it's really annoying and it's a definite.
Shelley, mute your background, please.
Concentrate with that.
Thank you. You have which one?
Alternate.
What's the difference between alternate and alternative?
Alternative mean one or the other.
All right, and alternate means every other, right? That's what alternate means, every other.
Alternate.
Right, so it's alternate days, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, so it's every other.
Yes, miss.
Okay. And then this one is all right, what's the difference between those? Stationary, well, both are pronounced the same way. What is the difference between both of them?
Stationary one supplies like book, pencil, and office supplies stuff, stationary.
Right.
And the other one is like fixed in one place.
The other one is?
Fixed in one.
Yes, it's one place. That's who's back doing that again? I can't see everybody for some reason. The person who has the noise in the background, could you kindly mute, please? All right, thank you. So yes, the one with the E actually means, like Anne-Marie said, books and pencils, office supplies. And the one with the A actually means being in one position, stagnant, not moving. Right. And I've given you the answer for number 7. It's historic instead of historical. Historical has to do with history. Historic means what? Guys, come on. We need to broaden our vocabularies. And like I said, you're not seeing this for the first time.
Historic means famous or important in history.
Means what?
Famous or important in history.
Wonderful. This one is easy. Candles were placed on the altar. In the church, the difference is for this one with E, this is what the dressmaker does when she alter your dress and alter your blouse. So alter with the E means to modify or to adjust. And this altar with the A is the altar in the church. All right. Now this one, I need all caps. Right? So it's prosecuted is what your attorney will do. Your attorney will prosecute. But when you have people suffering at your hands, you're persecuting them. Your handwriting is completely eligible. You need to tell me what the difference is between these words, eligible and illegible. If your handwriting is legible, it means that I can read it. The letters are plain and clear. I can read it. It's the opposite if it's illegible. Now, eligible is a different word. So, I am not eligible to drink because I'm under 18. What does eligible in that context mean?
It's not your handwriting. It's not your you mean handwriting?
No, man, we talked about the handwriting already. I gave you that. I said legible without the IL, legible, which is the opposite of illegible. Legible means that your handwriting is clear, that your letters are formed properly. So it's clear and it's easy to read. Session will end in 10 minutes again. So illegible is the opposite of that. Now, eligible is a different word. And I gave you an example of its usage. I said, I am not eligible to drink because I'm under 18. I'm Jamaican. I guess if it were America, I'd be saying under 21. So I said, what does eligible mean? You have illegible and you have eligible. What does eligible mean?
Restrict to do something.
All right. And that's the one with the E, right?
Yeah.
I gave you the answer for number 11 now. Ask the right questions and you will elicit the truth from the girl. Now, both words are pronounced the same way. The one with E is pronounced illicit as well. That's why people will often mix them up. Now you have one, which means the one with the I means what? The one with the I means illegal. So smoking marijuana is an illicit offense, or it's an illicit thing to do. So it cannot be that. That wouldn't fit the context of number 11. E would fit the context. What does illicit with the E mean? Illicit with the E means to obtain information, to draw out information. Right? So that one would fit the context of number 11 and not the one with I. So ask the right questions and you will elicit, that's the one with E, the truth from the girl. And remember, elicit with E means to obtain information, to draw information from somebody. Number 12, the arrangement on this side complements the arrangement on the other side. Complement with an I, of course, means to do what?
Well, it's to give, like, to offer.
To praise. Does it mean to praise? Could it mean to praise?
Praise.
If I say, Anne-Marie, wow, your hair looks really nice tonight.
Yes, it's a
Giving you a
compliment.
compliment. What am I doing in that? Well, I'm not praising you. What am I doing then?
Complimenting me about the hair.
We can't use compliment for this to tell me the meaning of compliments. You have to give me another word. How would you define it? And how do you tell the difference between compliment with an I and compliment with an E?
The compliment with the I is to give, is to offer something. Compliment, Terry.
You can't use that compliment, Anne-Marie. You have to use another word. Shelly and Chevelle and Trudy very quiet. Hello?
I'm here.
I need to hear your voice, man. I need you to assist in defining and distinguishing between those two words.
Okay, compliments COMPLEMENT. That's that means like to contribute.
Come again. Compliment with an I means to do what?
With an I, that means, as I said earlier, like to praise, right?
Or to give
And
a
the one
very
with the
flattering
E,
to give a flattering comment. That would be compliment with an I.
okay.
Right, that's all. And then you have compliment with an E, which just means that it goes very well with something else. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Apparently you need a lot of practice with vocabulary exercises. So that was activity 1. Let me see if I can find activity 2. Class ends in 3 minutes. Remember, you just re-log in. Vocab 2. All right, this I need to adjust. All right, so the first activity was an antonym exercise. Mute your background until I call you again, please. All right, so the first activity was antonyms. And of course, we remember that antonyms are words that are opposite in meaning. You are to match the word in the list A to the ones in list B. Let's start with threaten. For threaten, you should have had, let's see. Okay, so for threaten, you should have had assure. Rarely, you should have had, and remember, we're looking at opposites, words that are opposite in meaning. So if it's not threatening, then it's assuring. If it's not rarely, it is occasionally. If it's not an offense, or yes, if it's not an offense, then, or if it's not offense, and I won't say an offense here because if I say an offense,
It's confusing. How you do it, Miss?
yes.
Miss,
Yes. Yes, Trudy?
It's kind of confusing when you're doing it like that. It's kind of
Okay.
confusing how you're doing it
All right, fine. How do you want me to do it?
because
How you want me to do it?
I like from like 1, 2, 3, and then like we put in the answers are the first. Like we read it and put in the answers.
Well, which one are you talking about? I'm talking about the first exercise, you know. We're not doing the second one yet.
Which one?
The very first one that you're supposed to match, and you have A and B,
Oh,
and you're
shoot.
supposed to match
Okay.
Right. You didn't do that one?
Okay.
You didn't do that one?
Nope. I just see.
Why Trudy?
I just see.
Trudy, something is wrong with your eyes. Something is wrong with your eyes. The next time I send you things, you see them, you do them, because I don't understand why you're not seeing it. No. Anyway, let's go again.
Oh my.
Threaten, assure, rarely, occasionally, offense, delight, observe, disregard, prefix, suffix, angelic, impish, ridiculous, praiseworthy, rashly, cautiously. That's what you should have.
Cautiously.
Right? Then Trudy, you can start me off with the second